What's going on, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ezra. If you are new here in today's video, we are going to go over my April 2026 monthly budget. So let's get right into it. Okay. So full transparency, I did this video already, but I didn't like it. So I'm redoing it today. All right, so what you see in front of you is the calendar for the month of April 2026. And everything that's listed are all of the bills that I have for the month of April. These are pretty much my bills every single month. You will see about 5 bills that I already have highlighted. That means they have already been taken care of. Okay, so we're going to run through this. So April 1st, my Discover Card bill is due. My mortgage is due. Both of them were already paid. My Discover card was paid with the first paycheck in the month of March. That payment was due April 1st, so it's already taken care of. And then my mortgage for the month of April was taken care of with my last paycheck in March, so that is done. That's why that's highlighted. On April 6th, my electric bill DTE, that is due. However, it's already been paid with my first paycheck for the month of March. My credit union credit card is due April 6th, but that has also been paid with my first paycheck in the month of March. Next, I have Apple and Netflix. They will be coming out on April 6th. April 8th, my City Number One card is due. However, this was already paid with my first paycheck in March of 2026. The next bill is YT Premium. I signed up for YT Premium on February 14th. However, it takes a good 10 to 12 days before they decide to take this out of my account. So I'm still going to put it on here for the 14th of every month, but I know it's going to come out like a week and a half later. On the 15th, my car payment is due. On the 21st, my water bill is due. On the 25th, my car insurance is due. And on the 27th, my student loan is due. My consumer's energy bill is due, which is the gas company that heats my home, and my Wi-Fi is due. So those are all of the bills that I have for the month of April. And again, I have these 5 bills: Discover, my mortgage, DTE, my credit union credit card, and my City Number One card that are already paid for the 1st of April. They were taken care of with the first paycheck in March. Okay. So now let's get to the breakdown of my monthly budget. All right, you guys. So again, this is my April budget for 2026. And we're going to try to go through this pretty quickly. So my main income for the month, my budgeted main income for the month of April hasn't changed. It's $3,120. I am not expecting any extra income. However, if I do get some extra income, depending on how much it is, that money or a portion of that money is going to go towards my city card number one. So we are going to just go ahead on and bring that $3,120 down as my total income for the month of April. Over here, my emergency fund, as I stated, $30 per pay gets automatically deposited in this account. So that's $60 a month. Savings fund, $10 a pay gets automatically deducted into this account. So that's $20 a month. So that is $80 that goes over into in between these accounts every single month. Okay. So I'm going to bring you in just a little bit closer so we can see. We're going to start with the mortgage. So I am increasing my mortgage payment, not by a whole lot, but I'm just going to increase it a little bit to help with the underage, so to speak, in my escrow account because of the increase in my property taxes. Okay. Next is utilities. So my total utilities is going to be $455, and I'm going to share with you how I got to that. So I'm going to be paying $95 for my electric bill, and y'all, I still got a saga with that electric bill. Once it gets cleared up, I will let you know what that is. I may end up doing a paycheck budget video, at least one for the month of April, so to give you an update to that. Okay. So my bill payment will be $95 for the month of April. My gas bill is $190 of a payment for the month of April, and that is $95 a pay. Then my water bill is going to be $75, and I'm not adding the service fee because they may change the service fee. Okay. And we're going to do $95 for my Wi-Fi, which takes it to $455 for my utilities. Car insurance. Car insurance is now $152.20. Car payment, that's not going to change. That is $479.02. Well, it's not going to change until it's paid off. I will say I finally see my car payment or my balance going down finally. It's not going down where I want it to be right now, but it is going down. My debt payments is going to be a total of $620. That is broken down like this. My minimum payment, regardless of how much Discover says I need to pay. So for example, last month my minimum payment was $205. I still paid $250. So my minimum payment with Discover is going to be $250. My minimum payment with my credit union credit card has gotten down to $98, but what I will be paying is $110. And my minimum payment for my Citi card number one has gotten down to roughly about $165, but I will be paying $260, which gets me to the $620. Mohila, $20. So now we're going to add all of this up. Put you all over here so you can see. 445. That's not 445. Wait a minute. DTE, consumers energy, water, 455. And I literally said 455 and wrote 445. Girl, what is you doing? Okay, at least I caught that. All right. Well, let's try this again. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. I'm acting like I had too much coffee today and I didn't have enough. $2,784.83 is the total for my fixed expenses. Now, variable expenses, we're going to go to gas. So we're going to do $80. I watched Clarissa from Coffee and Budgets. I think it was her last video where she was talking about she pays, or at one point she was paying $2.19 for gas. Girl, I wish I could pay $2.19 for gas. I wish. But I'm not paying them prices that they pay in California, so I'm okay with what I have here. I don't have no choice. So the highest our gas got since that man went on ahead and did what he just felt he wanted to do, the highest our gas got was $4.19, and it was like that for about a week, and then it started coming down. So it seemingly was coming down twice a day for a couple of days in a row last week. When I left for work this morning, it was at $3.69, but because I have a rewards card to this particular gas station, I paid $3.58 a gallon. So I only put $25 in 25 bucks in my tank this morning, which got me to full because I did have gas in there. So the $80 should be more than enough to get me through the month. This particular month, I'm going to be off for a few days from work. And then my commute to work is short. So $80 is just fine. Groceries, we're going to do $120. You should have seen my grocery haul. So the majority of the foods that I get on a weekly basis are perishable items like milk. If I need to get eggs, if I need to get milk, if I need to get fruit, if I need to get yogurt, that's where this $120 will come from, or will be used to purchase. But lately I have not been really using the full $120 or whatever it is that I budget, because I still keep a good amount of things in my refrigerator. Like if I decide one day I'm going to get 3 bags of shredded cheese, then the next week I go to the grocery store, I don't need to get shredded cheese because I have it already. So I try to stock up on things at least for a couple of weeks that I know I'm going to ultimately end up using within that 2-week period if it's on sale. That way I don't have to spend the extra money the next week when I do grocery shopping. Now, my subscriptions, I do not have Canva. I have Apple, Netflix, and YT Premium. Y'all, I read somewhere that Netflix is trying to go up in price. So Netflix right now I pay $17.99. My Apple subscription is $2.99, and my YT premium is $18.99. So that's $39.97. And I read it somewhere. It says it's going to go up. So like the subscription that I have with YT Premium, I'm not YT Premium, with Netflix, I pay $17.99. That's going to go up to $18.99. And I think the next one is if you have 20 something, it's either 20, it's going to go up to $26.99, put it that way. And then if you have the $7.99 one, it's going to go up to $8.99, something like that. I seen it somewhere. If I can find it, I'll link the article or the story down below. So $80 plus 120. Desiree, 80 plus 120 plus 39.97 equals $239.97. So we're going to add up my fixed expenses, $27.84.83, plus the variables, $239.97. That equals $3,024.80. What in the world are these garbage trucks doing now? Now they want to come on time. I mean, they want to come now. They're just sitting on. It sounds like they're sitting on the side of my house. Not my house, but across the street from my house on the side street. Anyway, so let's see. 3024.80 subtract 31. I didn't do that right. 3120. We're gonna have a repeat of last month, Desiree. $95.20 is what'll be left out of the budget once all of this is done. So we are done with this budget, y'all. Let me tell y'all this real quick. I know many of you have seen my video where I was talking about I'll just wait to do another video because I got to go through this process. Yeah, I got to go through a process. I realized some stuff about me last night while I was reading a book, and I'll put it to you this way. When God shows you things about somebody else or a few somebody else's, but you don't recognize he's talking about you too. Yeah. That's what happened to me last night. I got that reality check last night reading a book. Yeah, that's what happened to me last night. So I'm gonna do a video on that once I get everything together, of exactly what God revealed to me. And I will say this, Clarissa, I don't know if you saw my comment, but I commented no, when did I don't remember when I commented, but I commented that 2 of the 3 books that you listed that you were planning on reading, in my on my video where I talked about the books that I'm going to be reading because gas is high. Yeah, I had to repurchase those books. I had to repurchase those books because, baby, when I tell you, God showed me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always asked God to show me, but you know what? Just like doctors know when to tell you certain things. Okay. I had a doctor that knew to tell me just enough, but to me, he didn't tell me enough. However, as I went through the process to figure out what exactly was going on with me, I understood why he didn't tell me, because he didn't want to scare me. And that was to tell me that I had a brain tumor. But he couldn't tell me if it was cancerous or not. And that was a question that I wanted to ask him. But because he did not want to go down that road with me, because he wasn't sure, because I still needed to go see an endocrinologist. I still needed to go see a neurologist. I still needed, not a neurologist, a neurosurgeon. I still need to go see these people. He didn't want to give me a concrete answer for something that he was not sure of. And all of the doctors that he sent my information to were not sure until I actually went through other testing. So I understand that there's a time and place to find out certain things of what's going on. Um, and there was a time where I asked God to help me with this, to help me with this, and to help me with this. But I didn't recognize that the things he was allowing me to see in other people that he was actually showing was in me. And I finally recognized it last night. And baby, when I tell you I got to do a whole lot of repenting today, I did some repenting last night, but I got to do some more today because as I dug into uh some symptoms that are related to these two items, baby, mm-mm. The greatest truth teller in the world is God. If you don't believe nobody, you're going to have to believe God about you. If you're not going to listen to nobody about you, you're going to have to listen to God. You're going to have to, because he's going to make you in one way, shape, or form. He is going to make you listen to him. And it's going to be so loving and so caring. Now, some of us, we might be just hard-headed and we don't want to, just like me. I didn't want to acknowledge a couple of things that I knew that was probably the issue, but I didn't want to acknowledge it because I just didn't want to acknowledge it. But God lovingly showed me, daughter, you got to deal with this. You can't be sitting here talking about these people and you got that log in your eye too. You can't do that. So anyway, y'all, yeah, when I get all that stuff together, I will share that with you. And then we're going to do a series and we're going to I'm going to let you walk through this series with me. Okay. So with that, I'll see you on another video. Take care. Bye.